What if I told you that one of the most thrilling movies of the year isn't a blockbuster, but a quiet, character-driven story set in the middle of nowhere? That's exactly what The Rivals of Amziah King is, a film that somehow feels both wildly entertaining and deeply intimate, and it's got Matthew McConaughey in a role that reminds us why he's one of Hollywood's most fascinating actors. Let me tell you why this movie is worth your time, even if you've never heard of it before. Here's the thing, McConaughey hasn't been in a film for 6 years. Sure, he's done voice work and ads, but when he steps back into a lead role, it's like watching a master craftsman pick up a chisel again. And this film? It's like he's been handed a blank canvas and told to paint something raw, unfiltered, and gloriously human. The opening scene alone, where he strums a guitar with a group of friends, their laughter echoing through the Oklahoma air, is a masterclass in storytelling. It doesn't just introduce the character, it invites you into his world. And honestly, who doesn't want to hang out with a guy who can make a honey business feel like a revolution? But here's where it gets interesting, the real star isn't McConaughey. It's Angelina LookingGlass as Kateri, a character who starts off as this wide-eyed foster kid but quickly becomes the film's moral compass. Watching her navigate her relationship with Amziah is like watching a slow-burn fuse light up. She's not just learning to make honey, she's learning to survive in a world that's never treated her fairly. What makes this so compelling is how the film refuses to sanitize her journey. She's not some perfect protagonist, she's got edges, and that's what makes her real. Personally, I think this is a missed opportunity for mainstream cinema. So often, we get characters who are either saints or monsters, but Kateri, she's both. And that's what makes her unforgettable. Now, let's talk about the setting. Rural Oklahoma isn't exactly a place you'd expect to find a cinematic gem, but this film turns that assumption on its head. The community here isn't just a backdrop, it's a character. These people aren't just surviving, they're thriving, with all their quirks and contradictions. There's a scene where a guy with a ponytail gets caught in a honey-making machine, and it's both horrifying and hilarious. It's moments like these that remind me why indie films matter. They don't need CGI or explosions to be gripping. They need people, and this film has them in spades. And then there's Kurt Russell, playing the villain. Now, I'll admit, I was skeptical. Russell is a legend, but his presence here is subtle. He's not some mustache-twirling bad guy, he's a businessman with a different set of values. The conflict between him and McConaughey's character isn't just about business, it's about ideology. It's about who gets to define what community means. What many people don't realize is that this film isn't just about honey, it's about power, legacy, and the cost of holding on to both. It's a theme that's been underexplored in recent years, and this movie nails it with surprising nuance. But let's not forget the bigger picture. This film came out after a year-long delay, during which McConaughey released another movie. That's not just a scheduling quirk, it's a sign of how unpredictable the film industry has become. Studios are gambling on niche projects now, and while that's risky, it's also what gives us films like this. If you take a step back and think about it, The Rivals of Amziah King is a microcosm of a trend. Audiences are craving stories that feel authentic, not polished to death. This movie doesn't try to be everything to everyone. It's messy, it's heartfelt, and it's unapologetically human. And that, my friends, is why it's one of the most underrated films of the year. So, what's the takeaway? If you're tired of superhero fatigue and want something that actually makes you think, this is the movie to watch. Just don't expect it to be easy.